Good afternoon, good afternoon again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual disclaimers. If you're unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, so you know the drill. Please read the article. Share on all your social media. Also included in there is NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever actually does see through with their threat. Trigger warning one: when we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys, you can hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to go ahead and utilize your headphones. Trigger warning two: this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously parental supervision is very much advised, all right? Okay, the comment asserting that PBS is not state of the art treatment for SIB or AB concedes that the state of the art treatments available to patients with SIB and AB include, among other options, positive behavior therapy, and that PBS therapy is almost always the first line therapy and treatment of numerous disorders, including AB and SIB, due to its limited risk profile. Can we please start naming things properly? Sorry, but it gets to me because the common person out on the street is not going to know the difference between PBS and positive behavioral reinforcement. Remember, PBS, positive behavioral supports, is an umbrella term under which sits underneath several different types of treatment programs. Your common person out on the street is not going to know that. You're confusing them. Okay? What's usually presented first, folks, is positive behavioral reinforcement. Some of us individuals would benefit with doing a two-tier type of program. I was positive behavioral reinforcement as well as person-centered planning. So thank God I was in the driver's seat and I made the decisions in regards to my own treatment program, much to their dislike. The reason I was able to do those things was because I included my mom in those meetings, not because I needed her there because I didn't understand, but because these people would not listen to me otherwise and would have tried to run me over like a train. They don't try that shit anymore. But back in my 20s, they tried to pull that all the time. And my mom, who is a beautiful, beautiful beast, intelligent woman, human being, would interrupt and say, well, actually, Tiffany was saying something. I believe she told you no. My mom is awesome, in case you're wondering. But yeah, it is the front line. But please, for the love of God, quit trying to tell people PBS is front line. That is an umbrella term. And you're going to confuse people when you use it synonymously with positive behavioral reinforcement. These are not the same things. One's an umbrella term, the other is an actual treatment program. Okay? Positive behavioral supports can include assistive devices. All right. Good God. The comment goes further, stating that ESDs must always be used in conjunction with positive behavioral programming as a part of a comprehensive care protocol individualized for the patient. You guys don't individualize shit. Okay? The only thing you individualize is trying to induce as much fear and obedience out of those poor kids as you can possibly manage. That is literally the only thing that's individualized whatsoever. Other than that, everything is exactly the same. All right? Please stop trying to blow smoke up my ass and tell me it's potpourri. All right? That's a bad saying. I'm tired, folks. I'm really, really tired. The point stands. All right? You can't sit there and tell me it's not cookie cutter when we look at every single witness statement that JRC's own paperwork and their own surveillance footage, and it's telling us the exact opposite. All right? These statements contradict the comment's assertion that approaches such as PBS are not within the state of art. Right there we go. Contradictory statements within a single paragraph. I don't know whether congratulate you or just, I don't know, find a landmine to step on because my God, my God. You can't with one breath saying, but it's just not good enough. But it's used in conjunction with our freaking torture device. It's the stick and carrot. It is the same shit that all the rest of us used to have to go through when we were kids, where spanking and things of that nature were still allowed, all right? Please. You remember that when Gen X kids, right? Right? We did good, we get to go do fun shit, and if we did something stupid, we would get punished, usually physically. Yeah? You all remember that, right? That's what this is. But it is that to such an extreme that the modern mind literally balks and almost can't handle the horror that is being perpetrated on these kids. Okay? I've had people literally shut down and have to keep an eye on things but stay out of it because the reality of how evil and horrific this is, they can't wrap their brains around it. It's too much. You understand what I'm saying right now? Okay? And you can't tell me there's positive behavioral programming going on at the JRC where it's essentially if you do good, you get time in the ball pit and the kid's fucking 21 years old. All right? First of all, even using stick and carrot, you're not using age appropriate motivations here. Okay? Pizza party is what you get 10-year-olds when they ace a book report. It's not something you give a grown ass man. All right? Jeez. At least get him a beer, whiskey, something. Sidecar, maybe a Jaeger bomb. At least it'd be age appropriate. I hope I'm making my point here. At the end of the day, the JRC has already said numerous times that they don't even understand what positive behavioral reinforcement is, let alone how to utilize it. You can throw around the PBS umbrella term, however, and confuse the fuck out of a lot of people. Well, obviously, they're trying to. No, they're not. They're trying their own Fantasyland bastardized version of it. It's the same stick and carrot that most of us Gen X had to live under and all the preceding generations behind us. Okay? It's not state of the art. It's not it's not positive behavioral supports. It's stick and carrot. Okay? It's stick and carrot. It's not positive behavioral reinforcement. Okay? Quit trying to make that argument and confuse people. For one, you can't do PBS. You want to know why? It's an umbrella term. It is not in regards to our particular plan or program. It's an umbrella term to help categorize a whole series of very similar types of treatment programs. All right? God damn. It's getting old having to repeat that. It would behoove us to make sure when you make statements like this, FDA or anybody else out in the world, to use proper terminology when you do so. You cannot use PBS and positive behavioral reinforcement synonymously. They are two entirely different things. One's an actual treatment program. One is a term that was invented to help us categorize a series of different treatment programs. Okay? Stop confusing people. The JRC does not actually do any form of positive behavioral reinforcement in the way that it's recognized at every single other treatment program, center, school, research in the world. Okay? Stop with the nonsense. But we did it first and it didn't work. Of course it didn't, because nobody actually works well under stick and carrot, Karen. First of all, it's insulting. It insults our intelligence. It insults our basic humanity. Okay? It's not a viable thing. And there's no longevity to it. Because that can maybe work as a method in childhood, but when you get older and you're still having these issues crop up, you really think I'm going to go, oh, but if I do this, I'll get a Klondike bar. No. No, you don't. It's not how real life works. Okay? You can't use the stick and carrot and say, but see, we used a punishment, but if you do good, see, we have positive behavioral reinforcement. You'll be rewarded with completely not age appropriate rewards. Okay? What is even the motivation there once you get into your teenage years? Because I'm not exactly back when I was 16 years old knocking on my bestie's door and saying, let's go play in the ball pit at McDonald's. All right? Come on now. Come on. We're going to close out on that. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So you know the drill. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to utilize those comments. I appreciate your time. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do hope you have a good one. I'll see you again here in a few minutes. Bye-bye, everyone.